relaxing his administration. I'm waiting, facing like a saint. Like Hispanic nigga, they treat you like a slave. They try to say niggas, treat you like a slave. County girl, look, surface say you hate. Some niggas, they know we not the same. There's a pipeline that gets you on the streets. Truth on the circle and connect you to the safe. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound privacy. Get to the curse. Killer start killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave them, man, this shit is absurd. You should never let your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. And I told the union, they told me I'm hard of war. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. I'm banging, listen to the prostitution, my brother got a life. I said, I don't feel like so, no count, no excuse. You can't manage no open wounds. Please, body swing. I was on the way, man, showing up down the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shot on my lips. I walked the big gangster like a guy. My brother's real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got out this my nigga, I can never be no African. You became the only author riding African. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. But ain't none of your hollers. Ain't he murdered 5 women, got a way up for a coward in violation. They don't pray the Lord and real priest bringing back black royalty. I'm brushing my headpiece.
Yeah, I got
I got brothers at the border that can I got the name. My family thought it was a game. I was all black. They said I was going through a phase. If more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we can never be the same. So that they born, the wicked go astray. And let the truth, they want to put us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be true. We don't want no cowards anyway. Coronavirus, that's a plague. Don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut up all my dreads. I took the oath when that ball's in my head. Niggas capping like they live. I'm on free side, never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead, I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my work, I had to dig. A couple years I had to bridge. I got a real, I'm married to this work. You want to serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple years I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You want to serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
I appreciate it. I can share the class if I could. I'm going to share this thing up real quick. Slovakia, we had technical difficulties, everybody. And like and share the class. Promote this truth. Get it to all avenues. We're going over the book of Joshua. I did this a while back. Things happened in between time. I wasn't able to actually finish it up. But we ain't gonna finish it up tonight. But of course, we're gonna get further into the account of Joshua. 1 second, let me finish sharing up the class. Make sure y'all like and share and subscribe. Every Thursday, One West Radio. Every class, Tuesday through Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Obviously, tonight we get a little behind due to technical difficulties and some other things. Hold on 1 second. Okay. What can y'all tell me about Joshua? Go ahead, young man.
Wasn't no excuse my French, the B word.
Yeah, right. He was no coward. You want to take a stab at it, Crowder shot?
Sir. Salaki, can you rephrase the question? It's
I said, what can y'all tell me about Joshua?
Okay.
These are glasses?
But Joshua, he led, Israelites through many nations and took them over and blew the wall. The one I remember so far, or not so far, but the one I remember the most is he got the nation of Israel. Salaki. The walls of Jericho.
The walls of Jericho's a famous feat that Joshua had conquered. Anything else? Go ahead.
He took order after Moses.
Yeah, he succeeded Moses. That's correct. Okay, the reason I bring up the book of Joshua is heavy. The book of Joshua is such a heavy book because the brother was a warrior. Joshua's whole time of him being the head of the nation at that time, he was going to war. And we read some of the wars. One of his most famous feats was the walls of Jericho, where they came and blew down the walls. You can read that in Joshua chapter 6. We already went over that. But you also got the brother Joshua. Y'all understand how amazing his brother Joshua was. He parted the Jordan Sea. People always think just Moses parted the water. No, the war was with Joshua, and Joshua did amazing things inside of his people and inside of other nations, just like Moses did. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course, Joshua wasn't Moses, but Joshua held a heavy burden as leading the children of Israel, and Joshua was a wonderful brother. You see what I'm saying? But what tribe was Joshua from? Side note. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, tribe.
Manasseh. Puerto Rican. I know he was Puerto Rican.
He was Puerto Rican. Well, what tribe is that? Go ahead.
Ephraim.
Most High in Christ.
Oh.
Joshua was from the tribe of Ephraim, which means he would be so-called Puerto Rican brother to this day. And Joshua, it's like takes like innocence. But Joshua was he was a glorious brother. He did valiant work in the Lord, for the Lord, and everything. But before I get started into this precept, I want to say condolences to the brother that passed away, Makatazai. We tried to get the stuff up on the screen. It wasn't working for the longest time. But condolences to that brother. May he rise again in power, and we see that brother in the kingdom. All right, you know what I'm saying? But now where did we leave off at? I'm gonna just breeze through it real quick. Just from where we was to where we are now. So Joshua got the reign, or he got the Lord chose Joshua to be the next ruler. That's in Joshua 1. And so, we got that point. Joshua was like, the Lord told Joshua, be thou only strong and of good courage. And Joshua took that and ran with it. He was strong and of good courage. And then you had, what else happened? You had the walls of Jericho. That was a little bit before, but we fought another battle. What was that battle with Rahab? The lady the prostitute helped them. And they took that city. Y'all remember that battle, right?
I just don't remember.
I forget the name of the city, but that was his first battle. And the Lord told Joshua, all this that y'all see, all these nations that's over here, I'm going to deliver them into your hand. Fear not. Whether they be big in number, whether they be small in number, don't fear, because I'm with you. Right? No matter what your opposition looks like, be thou strong and of good courage. Right? And Joshua was strong and of good courage, and he led strong men and men that were of good courage. Now there was an instance we read about where at certain times in war we take certain spoils. Like it's a time that we'll take captives. It's a time that we'll take goods, and it's a time that the Lord says, "I don't want nothing." It's a time that we just take cattle. You see what I'm saying? And now there was this time that we wasn't supposed to take nothing but the cattle, I believe. The cattle and the iron and the bronze. It's like just the cattle and the metals, right? And we go to war, and his brother from the tribe of Judah takes. The Lord said, utterly destroy these things. This brother thought to take some clothes I believe this is Joshua, the 8th chapter. He thought to take some clothes and he thought to take some gold and money for himself and bury it. Now, we went to war against this city called Ai. And now these people, which were smaller than the battle we just had in the walls of Jericho, were defeating us. And Joshua knew that it was something wrong. Why? Because the Lord told him, I'm going to give these people, basically, I'm going to be with you in every battle. You're going to win. So when he started losing, he's like, hold on. Why am I losing?
Right.
It's something going on. And the Lord told Joshua, I'm wroth with you, I'm angry with you because of somebody didn't listen to what I said. So process of elimination, they find out who did the wrong, and they punished that brother. The brother admitted to it. They punished the brother, burnt him, his family, his tent, everything that he had to do because we had a mission to accomplish, and that brother stood in the way. He put sin, iniquity on Israel, and it was causing innocent brothers and sisters to die for his sin. Right? It's a valuable lesson in that. Always follow the orders that you're given to the T. Don't take your selfishness and your selfishness can cause others to sin or others to die. You see what I'm saying? Because of what you think might be right to you. A demon can get on you and cause others to die because you thought it was the right thing to do. Precept is the way we're seeing it right into the man, but the end of it are the ways of death. You see what I'm saying? Same thing. That brother thought it was right for him to take that garment. That was a Hamite garment anyway. Thought it was right for him to take it and take the clothes and take the money. And it wasn't right. You see what I'm saying? It seemed right to him, but the ways thereof ended in death. And his family got punished for it. His father's out of son, his brothers are out of brother, his mother's out of son, and Israel's out of warrior. You see what I'm saying? But we was losing warriors because of this man's selfishness. That's something that felt right to him. Okay? Then we come into the point where we got these nations start seeing we win in these wars, so they were trying to start making a league with us. We had these little dudes, these little small nation of Hamites come and try to make league with us. They tricked us into making league with them so we don't kill them. And then what else happened? I believe that brings us to where we at now. Joshua chapter 9. Yeah, give me Joshua chapter 9. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Yep, okay, so then that's afterwards. So after the people made league with us, we went back, took the city of Ai. The brother, no, not Joshua 9, Joshua 10. Yeah. We slew Ai, right? We tricked them. The Lord gave Joshua an excellent strategy on how to defeat them. Joshua executed the strategy with his soldiers. And that's when the people made league with us in chapter 9, and you get 10. Joshua 10. That's where we at. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I was just asking, what does making a league mean?
Making a league is like an agreement. It's like
agreement.
Yeah, they were like trying to be an ally. That's what you were trying to say. Like, let's say like it's our turn to rule, and we got it's some Moabites over here, like 5 Moabites, and they're like, we'll serve you, we'll do this, we'll do that. Just swear by your God to not kill us and be one with us, and we'll whatever office you give us, we'll do. Right? That's like they're trying to make a league with us. They're trying to be under us or with us in a way. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? All right, go ahead.
Joshua chapter 10, verse 1. Adoni
Zedek.
Adoni Zedek, king of Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had captured and completely destroyed Ai and killed its king, just as he had destroyed the town of Jericho and killed its king.
Right. Adoni-Zedek is the king of Jerusalem. You know, we know Jerusalem's our city, but he's an Amorite king over this city at this time, and we about to take this city from him, and this is about to be our land. Right? Go ahead.
He also learned that the Gabonites
Where you at?
after King killed this king.
Inhabitants. Gibeon. Wait, where you at? Jericho and her king. So yeah, then the air and her king. Now the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel.
Wait,
What verse you at?
I'm at verse 1.
I'm lost.
Read it again. Slugger, read it again.
From the top?
Yeah.
Okay. Adoni-Zedek, Jerusalem, heard that Joshua had captured and completely destroyed Ai and killed its king.
Right. We
Yeah.
completely destroyed AI. We didn't take nothing. Right. Go ahead.
Wow, Salaki, so give me 1 second. This is the wrong book.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you? What did you read? Pick it up with the brother left off public share.
Sir. Joshua chapter 10, verse 1. Now it came to pass when Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, had heard how Joshua had taken Ai and had utterly destroyed it,
Right.
as he had done in Jericho and her king, so he had done to Ai and her king, and how the inhabitants of Gibeon
Made peace.
had made peace with Israel and were among them.
Right. These are the people. This is a nation that made league with us, and they were like just trying to get ahead of the ball. It's like that prostitute Rahab. She was trying to get ahead of the ball and save her family because they heard about what Moses did in Egypt, and they knew that the Most High Power, the God of Israel, ain't about no jokes. And there's nothing we can do to stop them.
Right.
So we might as well do the right thing and get on our knees and serve these people and try to be cool with them. Whatever office they have us take, whether we be their servants or whether they just have us help them in war, it's better than dying by them. Because if we fight with them, we're going to win. If we serve them, we're going to live. You see what I'm saying? That's what these people was trying to do, and we accept it. So these people, the other nations, as we're passing, remember, we're coming from the eastern part of the Jordan, passing to the western part of the Jordan, right? That's the way we're going. Well, this is east, but we're going this way to that way, right? Go ahead.
Chapter 2. That they feared greatly because of Gibeon. Gibeon was a great city.
Right. So now this nation's like Gideon was a great city. It was a big city, and they joined them. So now they know that they're more in number, right? Go ahead.
As one of the royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all the men thereof were mighty. Chapter 3. Wherefore Adoni-Zedek, king of Jerusalem, sent into Hoam, king of Hebron, and unto Piram. Is that Piram?
Piram. Go ahead.
Piram, king of Jarmuth.
Right. Yep.
And unto Japhia, king of Lachish, and unto Deber, king of Eglon, saying, "Come up."
Wait, hold on. So he's sanctioning all these kings. He's worried, right? As he should, because we coming, right? Go ahead.
Verse 4. Come up unto me and help me, that we may smite Gibeon, for it hath made peace with Joshua and with the children of Israel.
Right. So they're not trying to come with the children of Israel. They're trying to go get their other city, Gibeon, because they're trying to go and kill them because why? We're dwelling there. Right. And they're like, that's a great city. If they're able to take this city, and they're like, you got to think about how heathen might think. It's like Los Angeles, we convert all of Los Angeles, heathens and all. America's gonna be like, hold on, we gonna do something about that.
Right.
That's what he's doing. He's trying to get all his allies together to come against this great city of Gibeon, right? Which made peace with us, right? Go ahead.
Chapter 5. Therefore, the 5 kings of the Amorites.
Right. So that's why I said this is an Amorite king reigning in Jerusalem at the time. Go ahead.
the king of Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish,
Mm-hmm.
the king of Eglon, gathered themselves together and went up, they and all their hosts, and encamped before Gibeon,
Mm-hmm.
and made war against it.
Right, and they made war against Gibeon. So what's a host? What's a host? Go ahead.
Army.
Army, right? That's just what it is. They took them and all their army, and they went to go war against Gibeon, right? Read verse 6. Stay with me, y'all. It's gonna get good. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the men of Gibeon sent unto Joshua to the camp to
Gilgal. Gilgal. It's like it.
Gilgal, saying, Slack not thy hand from thy servants.
Right. So they knew that they wrote. They said, "Slack not thy hand from thy servants." Right. Go ahead.
Come up to us quickly, and save us, and help us. For all the kings of the Amorites that dwell in the mountains are gathered together against us.
Mm-hmm. Now think about this. Joshua is going to have to fight these nations regardless because he's coming to conquer this land. Joshua is on a conquest for our people. We're trying to get this land for us to dwell in because we were slaves in Egypt. Now we're trying to get land for ourselves. Right? So Joshua's on a conquest. So think about it from a perspective of you conquering. All these kings been gathered together in one pot, which you go have to go fight them anyway. You see what I'm saying? Singularly going on their terrain. They're in a place not too far away of, a place where you already made peace with these people. And it's like, I can kill 5 birds with 1 stone right now. So why wouldn't I capitalize on this opportunity, right? Go ahead.
Verse 7.
They begging Joshua for help because they like, we not gonna win. You see what I'm saying? We not gonna win. Go ahead.
So Joshua ascended from Gilgal, he and all the people of war with him,
Mm-hmm.
and all the mighty men of Valor, and
all the mighty men of valor. Right. So these are brothers that got some rank. They earned their stripes, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? So Joshua said, he came to us and said, hey, all these kings is coming up against us. They balance. Come help us, please. Help your servants. Joshua said, all right, bet. Right? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Joshua, fear them not.
Fear them not. Don't fear those 5 kings and all those 5 kings and their armies. Fear not.
For I have delivered them into thy hands.
He said, you won the war already, right? Go ahead.
There shall not a man of them stand before thee.
Go ahead.
Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly, and went up from Gilgal all night. And the Lord discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon.
Right. So this is like, what does that mean? Discomfited them. Would y'all know what that means? Look it up. Get the definition. Basically, what it is, we don't get the proper definition, but what it is basically they were, when they seen them, they lost confidence. They got nervous, and you know that in war you can't do that. You gotta be strong. You gotta be ready. You see what I'm saying? Just like in any battle, whether you battling warfare with your demons in your personal life, let your woman see you getting weak. She might see you stressed, but you better come with a plan. You know what I'm saying? You are the man of the household. You are the strength, the backbone of that household. She's leaning on you. She might be strong too. She's pulling her weight, but you got to be strength to lead her. You see what I'm saying? And lead that household and lead them out of that. You might stress like, damn, okay, but you better have a strategy. But if you discomfited and you like, I don't know what to do, and you crying and stuff, she gonna be looking at you like, all right, hell nah, it's over. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, then I guess it's just, we both just SOL. You know what I'm saying? But this is how he had them other nations. When they seen the Israelites step on the scene, they were discomfited. Read the definition for me. It's important that you know this because you don't have this power now today. You see what I'm saying? You walk around here, they looking at you as a shaking of the head. Nigger, spick, wetback, and any other name they can call you. But back then, reading this account, you had strength. And your presence was nerve-wracking. Right? Go ahead.
Like, is it discomfited or discomfited?
Discomfited. Disconfitted.
Discomfited.
Mm-hmm.
To confuse and deject.
Mm-hmm.
Discomfort. Disconcert.
Mm-hmm.
To be discomfited by a question. To frustrate the plans of the warped, foul, Archiac? To defeat utterly, rot, the army was discomfited in every battle.
Right. So it means like they disrupted the plans of, they couldn't focus. They were nervous. You see what I'm saying? They were uncomfortable. They couldn't know that they lost their whole plan. They didn't know that. They thought these kings came thinking that they were just going to war against Gibeon. Gibeon called Joshua. Joshua came. They was nervous. Threw their whole plans off. Right? Go ahead. And Joshua utterly slew them.
Chapter 9. Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly and went up from Gilgal all night. And the Lord discomfited them before Israel and slew them with a great slaughter of Gibeon and chased them along the way that goeth up to Betharon.
Mm-hmm.
And smote them to Azekah,
mm-hmm.
and unto Makeda.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass as they fled from before Israel and were in the going down to Betharon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them.
Right. So they trying to run, and the Lord are casting down stones from heaven. Go ahead.
Unto Azekah. So it's like, what was that word again?
Azekah.
Mm-hmm. Unto Azekah, and they died.
Right. So they trying to run away. We killing them as they trying to run, and the ones that's getting away, the Lord hitting them with stones. Boom, 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 from the sky. Right. Go ahead.
There were more which died with hailstones. Then they, whom the children of Israel slew with the sword, then spake Joshua to the
Lord. There were more than which died by the Lord's hand than died by the children of Israel. The Lord played a bigger part in this war than the children of Israel did. You see what I'm saying? Them hailstones, I don't know if you've seen some. It's something that can break through houses. And imagine one of them falling from the heavens. You don't know how high it's coming down. It just smack you in the head, crush your body, crush your head, knock you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even a small one, a small little ball like that, smaller than the golf ball. Right. Let that hit you from a high distance. Coming down, what's it called? Trajectory? You know what I mean? That thing hit you. It's like, can you check over there? Yeah, I hear something at the door. Let that thing hit you in the head. You're going to get knocked out. And the Lord killed more men than all the children of Israel. And that lets you know that people say the Lord is happy-go-lucky. The Lord is a man of war, Exodus 15:3. And he sent Joshua on warfare. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point I'm bringing out of this, why I'm bringing out Joshua. Joshua was an honorable man, which we can look up to and learn from. You see what I'm saying? Because he faced battles. And war is a scary thing.
Right.
Like physical war is a scary thing. Anybody who ever went to war tell you it wasn't scary. No, they gonna tell you like, nah, bro, I was scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was scared, but I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? To get up out of there. And that's what Joshua faced. But Joshua knew the Lord. Joshua has something that those soldiers over there don't got. Joshua got something that them gangbangers going to war don't got.
Right.
The Lord. That was his confidence. That was his strength. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you got coming into this truth. This spiritual war that you battling, whether it be demons on you, whether it be you going through a hard time and a struggle, you got the Lord. And with the Lord on your side, you'll prevail no matter what the odds look like. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, continue. Verse 10, verse 12, Slaki.
Verse 12. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand, thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Elon.
Right. Check this out. Joshua, what did Joshua just do right now? What did he just do? Read it again. Read it again. Read it again.
Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel.
Right.
And he said in the sight of Israel.
So Joshua's speaking to the Lord, and all Israel's watching this after the war that ended, right? And what did he say? Son,
stand thou still upon Gibeon.
So he says, son, don't move. Stand still. Talking to the son, right? Go ahead.
And thou moon in the valley of Elon.
Right, and he said, the moon, stay where you at. Go ahead.
And the sun stood still.
And the sun stood still. Go ahead.
And the moon stood, and the moon stayed.
And the moon stayed. Do you realize the power Joshua had now? He commanded the sun to stay still and the moon to stay still. And what happened? The sun stayed still. So what is like? He stopped time for a second. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He said, stay where you, sun, stay where you at, and the moon stay where you at. Right? Go ahead, continue.
Until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Is not this written in the book of Jasher?
Right, go ahead.
So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven.
Right, so you think Joshua wasn't a bad brother? Let you see Commander Jimmy how to make the sun stand still. It's about to be evening time. You like stand still and the sun just stopped. You gonna be like, oh, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, damn. You gonna be shocked that the Lord is really, he didn't speak in tongues. He spake to the Lord to make this happen. And the Lord heard Joshua. So the Lord was with Joshua. You see what I'm saying? You see how this increases your faith of the people you're around. And this will make you want to fight harder. This will make you want to go even harder because you're seeing that the Lord is with this man. So what this man is saying to do, what he's saying not to do. When he says of the Lord, you're like, okay, we're going to do it.
Right.
Because I'm witnessing this go on for myself. Right? Go ahead.
And there was no day like that. So like that. I think I went too far down. Is it okay if I go back to 13? I think I left off in 13.
Joshua, that's where we left off. Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, is it not written in the book of Joshua in 13?
Come. That's verse 13.
Right, come. Go ahead.
Is it not written in the book of Joshua?
Mm-hmm.
So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven.
Right.
And hasted not to go down.
Right. It didn't go down. Go ahead.
About a whole day.
So it stayed up there. He made a whole day. Okay. It was daytime in Gibeon, technically 2 days. The sun didn't go down. And it was nighttime in Ajalon, 2 days. Because it was already nighttime in Ajalon, and it stayed night for another 24 hours. So, do you get what I'm trying to say? Am I making sense? So it's kind of technically, we just said a day, but it was technically like a day and a half that they did it. So the sun stood still for 24 hours. He said for a whole day, right? From when Joshua said don't move, the sun stayed there for a whole day. What you would consider a whole day, right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. And there was no day like that before it, right, or after it.
So Joshua did something that was never seen before and will never be seen again.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
That the Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man.
The Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man. Right? Go ahead.
For the Lord fought for Israel.
The Lord fought for Israel. Now, these is Israelites that chose to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. These is Israelites that chose to fight these wars so their children and their kids can have peace. Because anywhere you would have went at that time, they're going to make you their slave. Because you had no land of your own. So what you have to do? You have to take land. You have to, and when you try to dwell in land, people try to come up against you. So they wasn't giving you no peace. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, the Lord fought for people who loved Him, who wanted to do right by Him, and was willing to listen to Him. Israelites nowadays don't want to serve the Lord. They love this world. They love this society, and they're choosing not to serve the Lord. So the Lord's doing what? I'm going to punish you.
Right.
I'm not going to fight for you. This man killing you, shooting you down in the street, let it be.
Right.
Because you don't love me, so why would I love you? Right? Didn't we read in Joshua in the beginning? It says, this is the book of law, son of the part of thy mouth. Thou shalt meditate therein day and night, for then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous, and then you should have good success. Meaning you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments first. Serve me first, and then you will have good success. And then I will make your ways prosperous. Just like he's doing to Israelites back then. He's making their ways successful, no matter who they come up against, no matter what they coming up on. Riches. I'm not just talking about a cool $500. They are spoiling cities. Equivalent to their terms, millions, and they getting all the riches from the city. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Sorry. I just want to ask, was Joshua making the sun stand still, was that giving the victory to the Most High?
No, he said, basically Joshua was on the type of tip of, I don't want the sun to go down until we avenge the people that died today. You get what I'm saying? And the Lord hearkened unto him and let it happen. So that's why it says, when you read on and the sun, verse 13, and the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why Joshua made a slave. He wanted his people to get their avenged. He wanted them to avenge themselves upon their enemies. So the ones that died or the ones that got hurt and they seen the man that hurt them, they was like, yeah, we're going to go finish this off. Right? The ones that they were fleeing. They was going in which direction. But the ones that was going to this straight path from this point to that point, the Lord killed. Probably some that branched off different ways. The little Joshua was like, nah. Like, you gotta think they like, oh, we gonna go into the cover of night and creep off here, but it don't come nighttime.
Right.
You stand in that cave, I got you where I want you now.
Right.
Like, I think about that too. Like, they probably went, okay, we gonna creep off in the shadow of night while they camped out, but it don't become nighttime. You like, what? You gotta think like, they're like, what's going on? They're like, what's really going on around here? Right. And they come and then you see that, you think you hiding in the cave, and you see some damn Gadites and some Zebulonites and some Judites right there at that cave entrance, and you know what time it is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But go ahead, continue on.
Verse 15. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, unto the camp to Gilgal.
Mm-hmm.
But these 5 kings fled and hid themselves in a cave.
Right, so that's why I said they were fleeing in whichever direction. Some of them, the people that were going from that one city, I forget what it's called, Beth Horon to Isupk, they died going to that. They died going that way. The Lord didn't let them go that way, but they fled in other different directions.
Right.
Like, you gotta think, like, they're like, retreat, and they trying to retreat back to that city, and all you just see is everybody going that way. Die, ain't gonna be like, naturally, you're gonna be like, I'm not going that way. I'm gonna go this way. So they broke off. The 5 kings fled a different direction too. Right?
Right.
So they fled into these caves. Let's go. Go ahead.
Verse 16. But these 5 kings fled and hid themselves in a cave at Makeda. And it was told Joshua, saying, the 5 kings are found hid in a cave at Makeda.
Right.
And Joshua said, so like, is it roll?
Wait, roll. Oh, you got the 1611, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, roll. Yeah, it's roll.
Roll great stones upon the mouth of the cave, and set men by it for to keep them, and stay you not, but pursue after your enemies, and smite the
hindmost
of them, suffer them not to enter into their cities.
Right. So he said, don't let them retreat. Now, with the where y'all seen these kings go, roll a stone over the mouth of the cave and watch it. But the people that you come back and telling me this, y'all go kill the rest of the enemies that are scattering off. Do not let them go back to their cities.
Right.
Right. Don't let the warriors go back to their cities. Kill them. Smite them in the hind part. I mean, smite them while they fleeing. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And stay you not, but pursue after your enemies, and smite the hindmost of them, suffer them not to enter into their cities. For the Lord your God hath delivered them into your hand.
Right. Don't let this victory slip out from your hand, because the Lord gave you this victory. So take it. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And it came to pass, when Joshua and the children of Israel had made an end of slaying them with a very great slaughter, till they were consumed, that the rest which remained of them entered into fenced cities, and all the people returned to the camp to Joshua at Makeda in peace. None moved his tongue against any of the children of Israel.
Right. So they put them in fenced cities. So they kind of like what you would say, kind of like a prison. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Concentration camp.
Concentration camp can be. I wouldn't say that, because that's kind of like,
right.
That's not what. That just has like a bad rap to it. But it was basically I would say like a prison, or you can say like, yeah, just a city that we watched over them. You see what I'm saying? And people return to Joshua, okay, and peace, and then right now move their time. Karama shot, pick up at 22 for me. Give it a shot.
Joshua chapter 10, verse 22.
Right.
Then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave.
Right. So after all the slaying was done, we're going back to these kings. Right. Let's go.
And bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And verse 23, and they did so, and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave. The king of Jerusalem,
right?
The king of
Hebron,
right? The king of
Jarmuth,
the king of Lachish,
right?
And the king of Eglon,
right? Right, you right.
Verse 24, and it came to pass, when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war which went out, which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings.
Right. So right now, what's going on? Joshua is about to make an example, right? Because they was trying to come up against you. Joshua said, bring these kings out. And he called all his captains. He said, put your feet on their neck. Right? And they came and they put their feet on their necks. Go ahead. 25.
And verse 25, and Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of good courage. For thus shall the Lord do to all your enemies, against whom ye fight.
Right. This is what the Lord's going to do to all your enemies. They're going to be at the bottom of your goddamn shoe. See what I'm saying? If you choose, and then look, I say this all the time. I know this ain't the first time y'all probably hear me say that. Make yourself worthy of the Lord wanting to fight for you.
Right.
Make yourself a worthy vessel for the Lord to fight for.
Right.
These is valiant men, captains of value, men that are warned for the Lord. This is what the Lord set out that He wants to be accomplished, and they're putting the groundwork and the footwork for it to happen. Make yourself worthy of the Lord's love, of the Lord's mercy, of the Lord's kindness, and of the Lord's protection. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Make yourself worthy of it. And by you making yourself worthy of it, you make your household worthy of it. You see what I'm saying? But the work you put in, and the time you put in, and the sincerity, and the brotherhood that you show, the measure, it works hand in hand. It's the measure of the spirit, how much of the Lord's spirit you get. You see what I'm saying? Or how much protection you receive. How much love and mercy you might get shown in your weak moments. How much strength He might give you. How much courage you might have. All these things go into account of when you serve the Lord. Like, I know me in the world, I was tired of being who I was in the world. I needed to find a purpose. And here I had that purpose. I have that dignity. I had that I'm around brothers that had that morals about it rather than being around brothers that didn't give a damn.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That really didn't care. That would sleep with my wife. You see what I'm saying? Or that would steal from me.
Right.
Or that would kill me at a moment's notice.
Right.
This is what I was surrounding myself around. And I was giving them my undying loyalty. I wasn't worthy of the Lord's protection. But the Lord saw something in me, in my filthiness, and brought me in here. So who am I to compromise that?
Right.
Who am I to lack for a better word, who am I to shit on that?
Right. Right.
Or spit on that? Who am I to do that? I'll be worse than I was when I was in the world. You see what I'm saying? And I'll be the most deserving of that. You get what I'm trying to say? So, you want to be able to have your foot on your enemy's necks. You want to make your oppressors pay for the wrong that they did to Native Americans, to blacks, to Hispanics, that they did in the past, that never got no justice for, and that they're doing to this day, and you still don't get no justice for. You want to make that happen? You want that justice to come? Serve the Lord. And it will come. It will come. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead, continue.
So come.
25?
Oh, 25 good?
Are you ready 25 already?
Come. Yeah, I was at 26.
Okay, yeah, come. Go to 26 then.
Come. Verse 26, and after Joshua smote them and slew them and hanged them on 5 trees, and they were hanging upon the trees until the evening.
Right.
Verse 20.
So Joshua killed them kings. He killed them. And he said, these mighty kings, the Lord will bring these kings that you see and that they might be deemed mighty. The king of this world, the Lord will bring them down. Whether it be with hailstones, pestilence. What did He do in Egypt? You see how He brought down Egypt, which was the pinnacle of society at that point? Egypt was like America at that time. And through Moses, through the Spirit of the Lord, I would say that, brought down Egypt with lights. You see what I'm saying? With darkness, by changing blood to water. Now, those miracles ain't really happening like that. We doing the footwork. We bringing down through Joshua. We bring down kings through warfare. Right. See what I'm saying? Actual physical warfare. The walls of Jericho was a mighty feat. And I say that because how do we take Jericho? They had great walls. We couldn't get in. How do we take Jericho? Y'all remember? Go ahead.
By our voice.
By our voice. Well, we shouted. We walked around the city for 7 days, and on that 7th day, we had the Ark of the Covenant. The priest blew the horn, the shofar, one of these, blew it, and we shouted. Joshua said, "Shout!" And we yelled, and our voice collapsed the walls of Jericho, and we slew the city. They were so shocked, so scared, they couldn't even fight back. They couldn't even fight back. That's the power of the Lord. Joshua making the sun stand still, parting the Jordan. That's the power of the Lord. That's the things that the Lord will do to you. You think like, we ain't got the military, we ain't got the guns and bazookas and tanks that they got. I ain't heard bazooka in a long time. Somebody else why I laugh. People say rocket launcher. Now they say, I ain't heard bazooka in a long time. But they got guns and the bazookas, and you like, dang man, we ain't got it like that. They got EMP grenades and tear gas. Like, we ain't got that type of stuff. But what you do have is the Lord, man. And don't matter what they got, the Lord is some bees and kill all Esau for you.
Right.
And you don't gotta lift a sword or pick up a rock. You see what I'm saying? The Lord will open up the earth and allow them to be swallowed up. You never know what can happen. Because the power of the Lord is powerful, more powerful than anything a man can create. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Sir.
27? Yeah, kind of.
Verse 27, and it came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun that Joshua commanded, and they took them down off the trees and cast them into the cave wherein. Is that wherein? Wherein?
Yeah, wherein?
Wherein they had been hid.
Y'all see that? Y'all just like, now y'all can go back in them caves.
Right.
That's such an Israelite, such a black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all wanna hide? Oh, I'm gonna close y'all up. Hide in there. Just wait to get your butt whooped real quick. Hide in there. You know, killing them. Now you can go back in there. You see what I'm saying? Cold-blooded. Cold cat, man. Joshua was one of my favorite brothers. Like,
right.
He's one of my favorite brothers. So like, I be reading Joshua before I come teach a class. I be at the house. I be like, man, Lord be with me like how you was with Joshua, man. You see what I'm saying? Lord be with me like how you was with Joshua. It's a beautiful thing. This is something I'm gonna read to my sons and my sons' sons. This is what you teach to them. Because America takes away that warrior spirit. It takes the sisters. You should want your man to have that about him, because that's what's gonna protect you. That's what's gonna lead you. That's what's gonna help you. You talking about the end times? You gonna be scared. You want your man to be like, look. You want them to think like, man, I'm finna get like Joshua right now. I'm finna get like, I'm about to do some miraculous things. Just watch, baby. You're finna do some miraculous things. You know what I'm saying? But that's how you want to be, man, and it's inspiring. That's why I'm bringing this up, because every day, America and your oppressors take that spirit out of you.
Right.
And I'm trying to, and through the Spirit of the Lord and through the Isupk, we're trying to rebuild that back inside of you. Give it back to you. Have it come back to you, and so you can be that strong brother that you need to be for your family and for yourself. See what I'm saying? But go ahead, continue.
Okay, so.
So you threw them back in the cave. Whole business, Joshua.
Read that one again?
Yeah, go ahead. Read it again.
And they took them down off the trees and cast them into the cave wherein they had been hid, and laid great stones in the cave's mouth, which remain until this very day.
They still there. Right now. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And that day Joshua took Mecca.
Yeah, you can say that. Go ahead.
Okay. And smote it with the edge of the sword, and the king thereof he utterly destroyed them.
Right. So he took another city called Mecca and smote it with the sword, and he killed that king. Right. Go ahead.
And all of the souls that were therein.
Right. Now, it might sound, I say this a lot because I know it's women and children and all that type of stuff they watching. They have a compassion, and we're naturally compassionate for, others. That's Israelites. We're compassionate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at this point in time, it's warfare.
Right.
And when we already learned, we seen that previous story, or it's like a previous account, when you don't listen to what the Lord say, what happens?
Right.
What you putting yourself at risk of? You see what I'm saying? So I know that they're like, damn, they killed everybody. Yes, they killed everybody.
Right.
Because what was they doing to you prior to? What was this nation of people of Ham doing to you?
Right.
In Egypt? What was they doing to your babies? Moses barely made it by the hairs of his chin. He didn't even have none, but he barely made it.
Right.
His mama pushed him into the waters, praying that he stayed alive, knowing the chances is very slim. What are they doing to your children nowadays? They pulling guns out on teenagers driving a car in Georgia. They killing young men.
Right.
Now, locking babies up in cages, separating from their mom.
Right.
Right.
Giving them all type of, they've been making them test dummies and raping them and doing all kinds of things to them now. They are at war with you right now, and they're doing whatever they want to you.
Right.
Right.
They might try to throw a little dust over it and push it to the side, so you don't really notice it that much, but they are killing you.
Right.
And they're killing you, your children, your uncle, your aunties, they don't care who it is, women, children, and whatever. They're trying to destroy you. And they don't have no compassion for you. It's war. I don't expect women to understand that mindset, but I expect brothers to understand that.
No.
It's war. So the Lord said to kill that, kill them. Today was throwing babies up, Native American Indian babies up in the air, having a sword on the ground, trying to see if the baby gonna land on the sword.
Right.
I ain't talking about just, I'm talking about launching the baby up in the air. Tying a mother that's pregnant to the tree and slicing her stomach open. This is what it was doing, to destroy you.
Oh.
So when the Lord says to kill these people, it's for a reason.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It's for a reason. And you should do it. Or consequences will come from your actions.
Right.
Right? Go ahead. Continue. This is why your warrior spirit need to come back into you so you can be able to, right now ain't the time to go out there and do nothing carnally. It's a time to get the Lord's protection.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a time for you to learn, to increase your learning, and to know about your history. You ain't know about this. In the world, you did not know about Joshua.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You did not know about Moses. You heard a little bit probably from the Ten Commandments and with the Christian church mindset, but you did not know that he was an Israelite and he did that for his people, for God's people. And if this is how the Lord was, you didn't know that. So you gotta shed yourself of that worldly mentality and put on the truth and walk in that truth. You see what I'm saying? And don't let nothing separate you from the Lord. I did a class on that last week. But go ahead.
Come on, sir.
He let none remain.
Mm-hmm.
And he did to the king of Makeda as he did unto the king of Jericho.
Right.
Verse 29. Then Joshua passed from Makeda and all Israel with him unto Libnah,
Enough, right?
and fought against Libnah. And the Lord delivered it also, and the king thereof, into the hand of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And he smote it with the edge of the sword, and all the souls that were therein he let none remain in it, but did unto the king thereof as he did unto the king of Jericho.
Joshua was out here taking kings down. You feel me? He was not playing. Joshua was out here taking kings down, and he was coming and destroying cities and taking the spoils and bringing it back to his people, because that's what the Lord was commanding him to do.
Right.
Right? Let me see. We can probably skip down for time's sake. Let me see. Because he's going to talk about how he took this land, how he encamped against that land, how he took that land. Right? Drop down to 40.
Joshua chapter 10, verse 40. So Joshua smote all the country of the hills
Mm-hmm.
and of the south, and of the veil. Did I get that one? Right?
Yeah, you said it right.
Veil, and of the springs, and all their kings. He left none remaining,
Right.
but utterly destroyed all that breathed, as the Lord God of Israel commanded.
Right. The Lord commanded Joshua to do this. Follow the order.
Right.
Because look, you might feel like the order not right, and what's really going to happen, and I'm laughing about it, but what's really going to happen is the Lord is going to kill you and raise somebody else up to make that's going to do the order.
Right.
So it's like I said last, I think it's 1 Corinthians 15 and I got it in my notes. But it says you can't do nothing to stop the truth. You can only do something for it. I forget what precept that is. You can't do nothing to stop what the Lord set in place. Because if we could, wouldn't you stop this oppression right now? If you could, would you stop it? You wouldn't want but the Lord put this on you, so you can't stop it. That's why you follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And the way of the Lord is not grievous unto you. You are a special people unto Him. He loves you.
Right.
And He gonna do this is what's necessary for you to get that land flowing with milk and honey, right?
Right.
This is what He wanted. He said, "You want that land flowing with milk and honey? You're gonna have to work for it.
Right.
You're gonna have to take the kingdom. Just like we gotta bring the kingdom back now. Boots on the ground, whether it's teaching classes in the midst of a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's going to camp, whether it's still doing the work of the Lord, no matter what. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Continue.
Sir. Verse 41. And Joshua smote them from Kadesh Barnea, even unto Gaza, and all the country of Goshen, even unto Gibeon. Verse 42. And all these kings in their land did Joshua take at one time, because the Lord God of Israel fought for Israel.
Right. The Lord God of Israel fought for Israel. Go ahead.
And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, unto the camp of Gilgal.
Gilgal, right? Yeah. So that's a long chapter, but it's a lot that happened in that chapter.
Right.
Joshua conquered. He fought because it's not just happening day by day. He ain't just fighting day by day. You know, you gotta give brothers time to heal. You gotta give brothers time to rest. You know what I'm saying? You taking cities. You gotta fix them, making to our liking. All this is going on. So it's a period of time that he's taking this in years is going on, right?
Yeah.
What do I want? Just start at 11. Let's get it. Let's go. I ain't got that much time.
Chapter 11.
Yeah, I ain't got that much time.
Joshua chapter 11, verse 1.
Yeah, come on, go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Jabin, king of Hazar, had heard those things, that he sent to Jabab, king of Madon,
Joab, king of Madon.
Jobab, king of Madon, and to the king of Shimron, and to the king of
Try your best.
Akshap.
Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 2. And to the kings that were on the north of the mountains and of the plain south of Shinorith, and in the valley and in the border of Dor on the west. Verse 3. And to the Canaanites on the east and on the west, and to the Amorites and the Hittites, or Hittite, and the Parasite.
Yeah, he's a parasite.
And the Jebusites in the mountains, and to the Hivites under Hermon, in the land of Mespah.
Right. So these are all once again, these are all kings gathering again for what? To come kill you, Israel. You see what I'm saying? But we're gonna hold off right there because we got it's gonna get into some other stuff real quick. I want the story to be fresh next week. You know what I'm saying? But give me just before we head out, you got a question?
Like I would. This is why, like in prayers, it says all the basically enemies that took counsel against us.
Oh, Psalms 83.
Yeah,
They consulted together with one consent.
They hated you.
Okay. They was like, hey, heard about this? I might not like you. But this is a problem right here. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to end it right now. Somebody pull me Revelation 13 and 9.
Yeah, so
The Lord gonna make these nations pay. That's like He's making them pay now. He's gonna make these nations, not just individual cities. He's gonna make a nation pay for the atrocities that they doing to you. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna make them pay for the atrocities that they doing to you, and all you gotta do is endure this hardship and serve the Lord. You see what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do. I mean, I make it sound simple. I know it's hard, but it's what you have to do. Right? It's what you have to do. Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 13, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And if any man have an ear, let him hear.
Right? Listen up. Go ahead.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Your day is coming, Israel, that you will no longer be the captains. That you will reign and rule and conquer, just like Joshua did.
Right.
Just like Moses did, and just like Christ will do. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, continue.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
That the people that's killing you with this sword, that's whipping you, beating you, molesting you, and doing all this wrong to you, they will have their day of judgment. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is the patience and the faith of the saints. The saints is Israelites. See what I'm saying? You gotta wait for this. You gotta endure it just for a little while. See what I'm saying? Just for a little while. Just endure it. Right? Drop that. Give me Isaiah 14 and 2. Somebody else give me Hebrews 10 and 36. Us as Israelites, trust me. I see that stuff. I watch these videos on Facebook. I see what's going on. They murdering the brothers down in the streets and stuff like that. Right. It infuriates me. I be damn near ready to throw my phone. You know what I mean? I be ready I need a moment. You know what I'm saying? Just to chill out. Or you gonna do something carnal, right? Right. But it's about enduring, having discipline. This is the things that Isupk teaches about enduring as a good soldier. Right? Go ahead.
So you're saying Hebrews 13 and
Hebrews 10 and Hebrews 10 and 36, and somebody give me Isaiah 14 and 2. I want the Isaiah one first.
I got Isaiah.
All right, read it. You got it?
Come. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right. The people shall take them and bring them to their place. Slack it. Before I get Isaiah, give me Genesis 9 and 6, young man. Right? But go ahead. No, keep reading where you at.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Right. So, them people that was spoken of in Revelation that killed with the sword, that leadeth into captivity, shall go into captivity. We all can use, what they teach you in school, context clues. Right. You know what I'm saying? You use the context clues. You're smart. You can put it together pretty clearly. Who led who into captivity? Who's killing you with the sword? You know what I'm saying? It's plain and simple. The Lord makes it plain and simple for you every day. Damn near. Actually, yeah, every day. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And then not only behind the murders, not only are they behind the murders, but you expect them to give you justice? I don't expect it. I don't expect no justice.
Right.
All right. I don't. Come like y'all is behind the murders. The same system that's killing me, I'm expecting the same system to give me justice?
Right.
It's not gonna happen. Don't expect it to happen. You want justice? Come serve the Lord.
Right.
You want justice? Come serve the Lord. Stop serving the people who's killing you. The Lord is showing you every day who your enemy is.
Right.
But we'll go to camp and we'll still have a brother come and fight for the white man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You see how destroyed we are? This is the mindset we got to break. And we got to grasp the mindset of separation.
Right.
Grasp the concept of loving our people. Grasp the concept of that is my goddamn enemy. Right? Go ahead. Continue.
Whose captives they were.
Right. So he's saying, read that one more time from the top. This is a heavy precept, Isaiah 14:2. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14 verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right. So all oppressors are going to take us and bring us to where we're going to go. Right? Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So we're going to possess them for servants and for handmaids. That's speaking of who he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who captivity are they going to go into? Ours.
That's right.
And I'm going to be right there like with a big grin on my face.
Right.
Come on this way.
Right.
Right over there. Line it up. I'm having my son right there like, okay, this is what you're going to do. You take it from here. And I'm about to go kick up and drink me some mojitos.
Right.
I'm playing. But go ahead. Eat me some elote. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Right. We're going to take them captives, whose captives we were. Whose captives are we? We slaves at we done served slavery and been under oppression under every nation in this earth. Ham, Africans, we served in slavery. We had Egypt. Persians, Arabics, served in slavery. Greeks, white men served in slavery. Who else? Other nations is there left? Amorites, Asians served under them in slavery.
Right.
We done did it. Oh. So the people that had us captives, we're gonna have them captives.
Right.
Of course, we're not gonna adopt the same mindset as them. They're gonna be raping and beating and going against the law like they gonna rape their women. We can't have sex with their women. That's now if I rape their woman, that's my wife.
Right.
And we supposed to not take them to be our wives.
That's right.
I'm supposed to chiefly Tobit 4 as well. I'm supposed to chiefly take me. It's like I'm paraphrasing. The daughter of my house. I mean, a daughter of my people. You see what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be happy that I got me an Israelite woman, not no heathen woman. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
We gonna rule over their oppressors. This is just a little motivation for in the class. We gonna rule over your oppressors. Just wait on it, Israel. Like seriously, just wait on it. Endure it. Get yourself right in the time that you can, because by the time that the scripture is speaking of, when this time comes, it's going to be too late. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah, read 3 if I want it.
Verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord, or it's like in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
Right. The Lord's going to give you rest from your sorrows. All that stressing about you can't pay your bills. All that stressing about, what are some things y'all stress about? You ain't got to go personal, but what are some things Israelites stress about? I stress about my bills. It's a lot. They hit me one thing after another. I'm like, damn, didn't I just pay that? Right. Damn. I can't go out to dinner. But go ahead. What's some things y'all be stressing?
Car,
no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Having to wake up in the morning.
Having to wake up in the morning because you know why? Because you in hell every single day.
Right.
You stress going to the store looking over your shoulder that, or you get stressed about the police pulling you over. You stressed about having a baby in this society.
Right.
You stressed about many different things, whether it's greater or small. I made light of it with the bill situation, but whether it's great or small, you stress about not having a roof over your head, not having clothes on your back, not having food in your mouth, not having the things just to get by day to day. You see what I'm saying? This is things people stress about. Israel's going through every single day. You stress about 100 different things, and the Lord's going to give you rest from your sorrows. He's going to give you rest from your sorrows. He hears your prayers. He hears your supplications. He see you getting gunned down. He see what's going on at the border. He see that you being locked up at disproportionate rates. He sees that the white man got his foot on your goddamn neck every single day that you live. He sees that you in hell. But through the fire of adversity, like gold is tried in the fiery furnace, likewise men, I'm paraphrasing scripture, Ecclesiasticus 2 and I believe 5. As gold is tried through the fiery furnace, so are acceptable men tried through the fire of adversity. You're going to have to go through some things to prove yourself to be the right thing, to be right, to be worthy of what the Lord's going to give you. Because He's going to give you something miraculous. Something, the kingdom of heaven, you can't even fathom. This is scripture. You can't even fathom how the kingdom of heaven is going to look.
Right.
So what you think it's going to look like, it's going to be greater than that.
That's right.
It's going to be greater than that. You thinking that it's going to be like, man, I'm going to have this, that. It's going to be greater than that. You see what I'm saying? You're going to see a place where you don't, your children can be on the street and you don't got to worry about them being hit by cars and somebody come snatching them and nothing like that.
Right.
You're going to be having that land that you want. You're going to have the businesses and the lifestyle that you want, plus more. Sisters going to go to a nail salon and get they look good and oil themselves up in fine oils, not with stuff with all this chemicals that break you out and cause you to do this, and the food you eat is not going to have poison in it. Everything's going to be good. Sisters going to be sisters, brothers going to be brothers, children going to be children, and it's going to be all in unison and dwelling in brotherhood and sisterhood. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a wonderful thing. I can't wait. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Continue on that. You're going to get rest from your sorrows.
And from thy fear.
And from your fear. You're not going to fear no more. You're going to be scared of the police. You're going to be scared of what you're going to wear tomorrow or how you're going to make the next dollar. Right? You're going to be scared of, oh, if I lose this slavery. Right? Go ahead.
And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Right. Come. Give me Genesis 9 and 6. I'm about to clip it in 3 more minutes.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by men shall his blood be shed.
Don't have no compassion when we go out there and we gotta put in work.
Right.
Don't have that compassion. Are they crying that they killing you?
No.
Is it stopping them from killing you because you're a teenager? Is it stopping them from separating the mamas from their babies? I'm talking about I'm not talking about like 10 years old. They doing that to 10-year-olds too. I'm talking about babies or like 9-month-olds and 1-year-olds. They taking them from their mama too.
Right.
Are they crying about that? No. And then look, the cold part about it, they losing them. They losing the babies. You taking them, but you losing them?
Right.
What does that make sense? You losing 1,500 Hispanic children.
Right.
And I'm supposed to love this man? I'm supposed to have compassion on this man? Oh, you got things messed up if you think I am. You see what I'm saying? You got things messed up if you think that I am. That's my brother that you're taking his kids from.
Right.
That's my blood brother that you're taking his kids from.
Right.
And separating his wife from him. Separating the man from the woman. And separating the child from the mother. And he's shedding his blood he's shedding our blood.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by men shall his blood be shed.
By men shall his blood be shed. Meaning, what? It's going to be a day and time where we will have our revenge.
Right.
I'm going to try to be like Joshua. I'm going to be like, son, stand still. Quran Mashak, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
God, sir.
And we're going to roll out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want the day to go down. I don't want to go home and it be nighttime. I want it to happen now.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But he can get at Hebrews 10 and 36. I'm about to end the class.
Hebrews, you said 36?
10 and 36.
Okay.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
For ye have need of patience.
You gotta have need of patience, right?
Okay.
Go ahead.
That after ye have done the will of God,
After you do the things that the Lord wants you to do, right? You gotta have patience. For what we just spoke on, you gotta have patience for it. And you gotta do the will of the Lord. Go ahead.
ye might receive the promise.
You're gonna receive the promise. What's that promise? Anybody? Go ahead. Go ahead, Crops.
Oh, come. Basically, to get revenge, to finally, like, not just get revenge though, but
Yeah. What's the no?
love.
I'm talking about what's the? I'll be more specific. What's the promise that the Lord gave you? Revenge is gonna come. That's what he's saying. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. That's gonna happen. That's like the yin and the yang of it. But what is the promise that the Lord gave you? Right? Go ahead, Justin.
Is it to have salvation or the land of milk and honey?
And that will be the what? Kingdom of heaven.
Kingdom of heaven.
Right. He promised you the kingdom of heaven. He promised you everlasting life. To receive that promise, what? You have to have patience. Read.
Can I start from 36?
Yeah, read it again. Go ahead.
Chapter 36. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise.
Mm-hmm.
For yet a little while.
Yet a little while, that's why I said it's going to happen. In a little bit. You don't see this kingdom falling apart? Coronavirus came and just smacked. It took a big toll on the kingdom.
Right.
This kingdom, it's like I said, that kingdom. This kingdom. Big toll. They scrambling to get it together and still trying to keep their whole livelihood going.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he that shall come will come.
Mm-hmm.
And
he that shall come will come. Who's gonna come? Who's that he talking about? Who are we waiting to come back? Go ahead.
the Most High. Or Yahweh.
Yahushua,
Okay,
Christ.
fine.
We're waiting for Christ to come back. Right? Go ahead.
And will not tarry.
And will not tarry. I mean, he ain't gonna be playing around. Go ahead.
Now, verse 38. Now the just shall live by faith.
Right. Now you gotta live by faith. And faith is the things that living by faith is meaning you waiting on something that you don't know if it might happen or will happen, but you hoping it does happen. Right? That's what you gotta live by. And you gotta trust in the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and have patience, and have that virtue about you, and serve the Lord in truth and sincerity all the days of your life. Any questions before I end it up?
Sir.
All right, with that, tune in every week, man. Tomorrow we're gonna have a class as well, scripture breakdown coming to Go One Voice Radio. Make sure y'all tune in, like, subscribe, share. Like always, shalom as well.